Hello everyone, welcome to day 19 of 30 days LeetCode challenge. Today we are going to solve valid Sudoku problem. This problem asks us to check if the given board is valid or not. For validation, we have three conditions. First row, each row contains the digit 1 to 9 without repetition. Second, each column contains the digit 1 to 9 without repetition. Third, each of the 9 3 into 3 sub boxes of grid contains the digit 1 to 9 without repetition. And also remember that dot represent empty cell. To solve this problem, we are going to use hashset to keep track of scene digits for rows, columns, and sub boxes. So here is the plan. In the first step, we will create array of set to track scene numbers in rows, columns, and boxes. In step 2, we will initialize the hash set. In step 3, we will traverse each cell in the board. And while traversing, we will check if it is empty cell, we will skip it. Then after that, we will check if number is already seen in rows. Then we will check for the columns. And at last, we will check in sub boxes. And then in step 4, if there are no duplicate found, it means the board is valid. So by keeping these steps in mind, let's start coding. So as mentioned in step 1, we will declare 3 hash sets, rows, columns, and boxes. Then we will initialize this hash set. After that, for traversing, we will use for loop. So the first for loop we will have from r is equal to 0 to r less than 9. Inside that, we will have another for loop for columns. So we will have c is equal to 0 till c is less than 9. And now we will move all these 4 statements inside the for loop. So now first we will declare a num variable and store board of RC value there. Now we will check if this num is equal to dot, then we will continue. After that, we will check if rows of R contains this number. It means it's a duplicate number, so we will return false. And if it is not present, it means it's a new value, so we will add it in rows at rth index. Similarly, we will check in columns. If the column contains that number, it means it's a duplicate number, so we will return false. Otherwise, we will add that number into column. So for determine the box index, we will use r by 3 multiplied by 3 plus c by 3. And then we will check if the box contains that value. And if it is, then we will return false. And if it is not, then we will add that value. And at last, if the loop is over, it means there are no duplicates found. So we will return true. That means the board is valid. Now let's check if everything looks fine. I think it looks fine. So let's try to run the code. And there is one typo, so I'll just correct it and then we'll try to rerun the code. And now it's working fine. This solution effectively validates the Sudoku board by leveraging hash sets for quick duplicate check in the constant time per call. The time complexity of this problem is big of 1 as the board size is fixed. That's it for today's explanation. I hope you found it helpful. Stay tuned for more problem solving insights tomorrow. Happy coding!